And good afternoon and welcome to Bobby Strenfel Field here on the campus of Poplar Bluff Senior High School. Joining us right now is the head coach of the Poplar Bluff Mules, head coach John David Patillo. And coach, it is a gorgeous afternoon for high school baseball, much different than it was 24 hours ago. And your Mules are looking for a good rebound game coming up today against the Kelly Hawks. Give me your first thoughts here on Kelly this afternoon.
Well, Kelly's a good team. They come in, they've got some injuries that have hurt them, but they beat some good quality opponents. Always a good program, and I think we'll face a pretty good pitcher today.
I think you're right. Speaking of injuries, I wanted to take an opportunity here and kind of talk about our center fielder, our junior Dylan Hall. He got injured a few games ago, and unfortunately it looks like the worst outcome could possibly happen.
Yeah, he's got a couple of fractures in his hand, and you know, they're saying right at this point 4 to 6 weeks, so you know he's probably going to be done. But the big thing is we get him well.
Absolutely, and hard to replace the commander out there in center field. That kid can do everything.
Yeah, he's had a great year defensively for us, and really was coming on offensively as well.
I may want to give him a mic to wear inside the dugout. What do you think about that?
There you go.
That may be kind of cool.
Yeah, that would.
Well, let's talk about your offensive lineup here today. Obviously, the SEMO Conference, the team, not able to get through semifinals. What was the ride like home on Saturday? Obviously, a lot of disappointment there with the team.
There is, and the biggest thing is I'm disappointed in the fact that we didn't adjust during that game. And you hit 11 pop-ups, and you're out in front of a pitcher that you shouldn't be out in front of. We just did not take care of business at the plate. And Noah pitched well. We played good defense. And, that's just not the team that we've been all year. We've been a lot better than that. And, you give it up at the last inning, and we put Bratcher in a tough situation. But the biggest thing is we shouldn't have been there. We had 9 hits, and we still, scored 2 runs.
Yeah, and
a lot out there.
And one thing that I was noticing after the ball game is that this team, they rallied pretty quickly, and a couple of them told me they're not done by a long shot, and now we turn our attention to getting better before districts.
Oh yeah, we're playing every day that we're out here. We're playing and we're getting better, and that's our focus. And hopefully, our batting practice today, we refocused on a lot of that, and yesterday in practice as well. So. But like I said, we're going to face good teams all leading up to the tournament, and we just got to be ready to play every time we step out there.
Has it sank in yet as the head coach for the 2nd straight year for Mules baseball? Has it sank in that we are only 5 games away from postseason starting?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of hard to think about, and just thinking, somebody the other day said we had 13 days of school left, and, you're wrapped up in baseball season. You're just not thinking about it, and that stuff comes up so quick.
We've had a few days off. Obviously, we're supposed to play yesterday, but that didn't happen. So today, who's going to be on the bump for you to start the ball game?
We'll start Ryland today. We'll have Ryland and Bratch and a couple of the others ready to go, and use them as much as we need. And we'll probably start Bratcher against Northwest on Thursday. That's a district opponent, so we'll probably start him in that game.
What's crazy is you look at our schedule, that'll be our first district opponent we have faced all year because the game against Jackson got rained out the first time. We'll see Jackson next week, but that game on Thursday, that's a pretty big game here at home.
Yeah, it is. And
there's something else big going on that day too, right?
I think we're having senior today.
I think you're right.
Yeah, I think so. So we are doing that. Before we get out here, I need to remember something. We've been through FCA here at our high school and at the junior high, which my wife and one of our other parents, Allison Bell, they run FCA down there. But we have been collecting for St. Jude's. And so we've got a table set out today. So everybody that comes in, if you can donate a little bit here and there. We've actually raised over $2,000 this year, which is a lot more than what we've raised in the past. So we're going to do this one time and do that out here, and then I think we get to turn all that in here in the next few days.
You're not getting away that easy. Miss Patillo, I was told that I think it was this past weekend at the movie theater, she bought a big trash bag of popcorn, and she was selling that, and all that money raised is going right to St. Jude. You guys will come in on Friday, and she's a great lady, by the way.
She is, and I know she's listening. She's actually running down to go to my granddaughter is having some type of music.
Nice, okay.
I don't even know what you call it, but anyway, she's taking her to that tonight, and so she'll be down in Jonesboro, but she'll be listening as she goes.
So what you're saying is be on my best behavior and
yes.
Don't talk negatively about you at all, right?
No, she's fine with that.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Well, in your case, Coach, to beat Kelly, to get back on our winning ways and getting our 17th win of this season, in your mind, walk us through it. What's it going to come down to?
Well, again, we've got to make adjustments at the plate that we didn't do the other day and still play clean baseball. I expect Ryland to throw strikes, and, if he gets in trouble, we got a couple other guys ready.
All right, Coach, best of luck to you. Go get them. We'll see you guys afterwards.
All right. Thank you.
You betcha. Head coach here, John David Patillo, joining us live. And what we're going to do is we're going to stay live, and we're going to go down the first base line. So, Tim, if you don't mind, follow me down the first base line. We're going to get Coach Sievers on the air as well, because Coach Sievers has also been organizing this amazing effort here by FCA, and they are actually raising money for St. Jude. So what we'll do is I can see Coach Sievers, and we'll see if he comes over here, and there he is. So Tim, we'll try to get out here. We're going to get out here near the foul line. Can you give me a signal there, Tim? Can you see us? Are we good? Very good. So we're going to stay here, and we're going to be talking to Coach Dave Sievers here of Poplar Bluff, and he is also with FCA. And the last couple of seasons or last couple of years, FCA has done a great job, and they have raised money for St. Jude. And Coach Sievers, this year, from what I was just told by Coach Patillo, you guys have not only done it again for St. Jude, you guys have stepped up in a bigger way, and as of right now have been able to raise over $2,000.
Yeah, we got the junior high involved this year, and they're kind of crazy down there, and those kids have apparently been buying stuff left and right. Coach Patillo and Allison Bell working down there and got them going. And yeah, I mean, right now with what we've raised and what they think they've got, and we got a bucket out here today. So yeah, we're probably looking at $2,500-$2,600.
Let me ask you this: what is it about St. Jude? What is it about FCA that makes you want to get involved and just do all you can to help out?
Well, St. Jude is, I told the kids I lied to them because, in the past it's been $1 million a day to run the place, and then listening to all your promos and stuff, it's 2.8 a day, and it's just crazy, that some place like that does such a wonderful service is it's all privately funded. And so I just, FCA, Fellowship of Christian Athletes, I figured there's really nothing better to do than try and help such a worthy cause. And so we've collected for the last, 4 or 5 years, and this year by far is the best we've done so far.
I keep looking behind me because something tells me that if a ball comes our direction, you may not save me on camera. You might back away.
Well, my reflexes might not be, this kid looks like he's got us covered. So
I hope so. And of course, you're doing everything you can with FCA. And what's amazing real quick for FCA is, man, FCA has really just changed the landscape here in Poplar Bluff. It's really expanded over the last 5 to 7 years.
It has. We, COVID hit us hard. We used to meet in the gym and we'd have 50, 60 kids at a time, but then COVID hit us and our numbers went way down. But we meet in the weight room every Friday morning, and we're usually 70, 80. We've had as many as 120 kids at our meetings. So it's awesome. The kids step up. A lot of kids have spoke this year, and we lean real heavy on the youth pastors and pastors in town, and it's just a great organization.
I know you came in on my radio show a couple of weeks ago, maybe even last week. Everything kind of runs together anymore, but you did tell me that your biggest goal right now is, once you enjoy retirement, is to be an ambassador to FCA. That's a big deal.
Well, they've talked to me about it. Coach Scott's talked to me about kind of running around and visiting with local huddles and stuff. The huddles in Southeast Missouri, and I told him I'd love to do that. So yeah, it's it's just a wonderful organization, and to see kids step up and grow and be willing to come up and share their faith and just kind of do what high school kids don't like to do sometimes, and that's get out of their comfort zone. But it's pretty awesome.
Absolutely. So you're setting up here. We can't show it on camera, but you're set up right outside the gates here. So for anybody who walks in, give as much as they can to help St. Jude.
Exactly. We're collecting today, and then we'll gather up everything we've collected and from the junior high, and we'll see you Friday.
All right, Coach. Thank you so much for the time.
You bet.
Coach Dave Sievers here joining us live. We'll let him get back to work here. So in the meantime, we'll go back up top and we'll get ready as we count it down to the opening pitch. We are less than 15 minutes away. We'll step away for 3 minutes and we'll come right back. You're listening and watching Mules Baseball Live on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network.
caring for those you love also means taking good care of yourself. At Poplar Bluff Regional Medical Center, our healthcare providers take the time to identify your health risks and help you prioritize good health. Regular checkups and age-appropriate screenings are important to be healthy now and stay well in the future. With same or next day appointments and online scheduling, we make it easy to make an appointment right now. You can even see us from the comfort of your own home via telehealth. Put your health first today by making an appointment by visiting pbrmc.com and searching online scheduling.
You're in the zone with Baldwin Toyota. Today's spotlight is a 2023 Toyota RAV4. Grab your teammates for the ultimate ride. The 2023 Toyota RAV4 offers a spacious interior and configurable cargo space. Now you can carry all your gear for the big game.
That's right. And with the RAV4's all-wheel drive technology, you can effortlessly tackle any terrain.
Get in the game and visit Baldwin Toyota and experience the 2023 Toyota RAV4 for yourself. And now back to Mules action.
All right, so we come to you live here from Poplar Bluff Senior High School. So glad to have you alongside, and man, we've got a lot to talk about here today. We talked about the Mules baseball team, and there's something even bigger right now, the Mules baseball going on. We had the opportunity and the privilege of talking to head coach John David Patillo. Also, we were speaking to Coach Dave Severs as well, and they've got something going on right now. It is just outside of, or I should say just inside the front gate, where what they are doing today, something very unique, and they are raising money to help out the kids of St. Jude. It is courtesy of FCA. Now, they have been doing this now the last couple of years, about 3 years to be exact, and this year, typically, we average anywhere from maybe $700 to about maybe $1,200, $1,300. This year, as of right now, we are sitting at $2,400 from the junior high, the high school level. That is absolutely impressive. And all you got to do, if you're stopping by to watch some Mules baseball, you can dump in as much change as you want, and it's all going to go to help out a great cause coming up. The kids of St. Jude coming up on Thursday and on Friday. It is our annual St. Jude Radiothon, and that means that speaking of the Radiothon, coming up on Thursday and on Friday, just to give you a heads up, we will not have those ball games on the radio. Those games will only be on Facebook and on YouTube, because we don't want to be interrupting the actual Radiothon going on back on the radio station. However, don't worry, we will have those games live on video coming up. So make sure, mark it down, because it never fails. This happens every year. Somebody's going to ask, hey, where's the ball game on the radio? Well, Thursday and Friday, we will not have those games on the radio, just because we do not want to interfere with our St. Jude Radiothon coming up this Thursday and this Friday. It's hard to believe the Radiothon is almost with us. We'll have a lot more on the Radiothon coming up later on this week, and we are moments away now from the opening pitch. Both teams have finished up doing I.O., and right now what we're going to do is we are moments away from the first pitch, and of course you will see the two head coaches here in just a few moments. They will meet, and of course they will exchange the lineups, and they will shake hands, and then it is time to turn things over to Brandon Spain, and he will give us the official lineups here today, looking at a first glance at the lineups coming up on the offensive side. For the visitors, the Hawks out of Kelly, it'll be Ross Peters, also batting second, Caleb Yont. Also in the starting lineup will be Reese Eftink, Dalton Fork, Nicholas Christian, Avery Worley, Brandon Heron, and Brody Ash. Colin Schaefer. And in the field today will be Tyson Carr. By the way, the two coaches now, if you're watching us on Facebook and on YouTube, the coaches are at home plate right now. And by the way, the coaching staff for the Kelly Hawks is Josh Hopkins. He is the head coach, and the assistant coaches are Jason Blanchard, also Seth Blanchard, Trey Drury, Devin Hearing, and Chris Lambert. Those are the coaches for the Hawks out of Kelly. On the Mules side, Coach John David Patillo is the head coach. He is right now on the left side of home plate. And, of course, the assistant coaches are Tyler Mathis, Casey Beese, and Tyler McLevain. Those are our coaches, and we are now coming up on 5 minutes until we have the first pitch. By the way, I know we're talking about baseball, but check out this. This is breaking, just happened maybe about not even an hour ago. We caught wind of it. The Mules golf team, they set a new record. We'll hold that thought. Let's turn things over now to Brandon Spain. He will have today's opening lineups and then the national anthem. So while he is reading off the starting lineups, we will also do the same. The Mules golf team sets a new state record while winning the SEMO Conference Tournament, and we'll give you all the details on that coming up today. Batting first for the Hawks is going to be Ross Peters. Batting second at shortstop is Caleb Yount. Batting third is Reese F. Tink. Batting cleanup, Dalton Fork, and batting fifth, it'll be Nicholas Christian. Batting sixth is Avery Worley. Batting seventh is Brandon Hearing. Batting eighth is Brody Ash, and batting ninth is Colin Schaefer. Not batting, but in the field, it is the left fielder Tyson Carr. Let's talk about the defensive lineup for your Poplar Bluff Mules. They're going to do the starting lineup here. So what we'll do is the defensive lineup as they walk out. In third base, it is Noah Spain here this afternoon. At center field, it is Colby Greenwald. In right field, it is Cade Huffman wearing number 16. The DH man, Bryce Dobbs. In left field, number 5, Cameron Settle. The pitcher today, number 3, Ryland Season Good. The second baseman, Marcus Tabanera. Also, the first baseman is Dylan Bratcher, and the catcher today, Miles Johnson for the Mules. And the shortstop here today, number 19, Ryan Tanchavez. Those are your lineups here today. Let's go back down field side for the playing of our national anthem. Those infamous words. Play ball. Play ball. So there you go. And now let's get to our official lineups here today. Let's start offensively with the Kelly Hawks, who are coming in at 10-10 this season. Leading off at center field, number 8, Ross Peters, a junior, batting second. He is the shortstop, number 3, Caleb Yount. Batting in the 3 spot today is the right fielder, number 25, Reese Eftink. Batting cleanup at first base, it is Dalton Fork, wearing number 15. Batting 5th at second base, number 1, Nicholas Christian. Batting 6th, the pitcher today, number 2, Avery Worley. Batting 7th at third base, number 42, Brandon Heron. He is a sophomore. Batting 8th, the catcher is Brody Ash. And batting 9th, the DH man, number 55, Colin Schaefer. And playing left field today, number 0, Tyson Carr. Now defensively for your Poplar Bluff Mules. In left field, number 5, Cameron Settle. In center field today for the injured Dylan Hall. Number 18, Kobe Greenwall. In right field, number 16, Cade Huffman. Going around the horn now, third base, number 11, Noah Spain. Shortstop, number 19, Ryan Tanchavez. Over at second base, it is number 1, Marcus Tabanera. At first base, 15, Dylan Bratcher. Behind the plate, number 4, Miles Johnson. And on the mound for the Poplar Bluff Mules, it is number 3, Rylan Seasongood. He is making his 7th start this season. He is making his 9th appearance overall. He has pitched 26 innings so far, giving up 32 hits, 32 runs. He has 27 of those have been earned. He has walked 19, struck out 28. His earned run average is 7.269. He is 1-5 here on this season, looking for his second win of 2024. All right, leading things off here is going to be Ross Peters. Our first pitch on the way. Our game time temperature, 79 degrees. He's Tim Hicks. I'm Frankie Castile, and we are underway at 4:30 on the dot, and the first pitch is called a ball outside. It is Mules baseball. So glad to have you alongside here this afternoon as we get ready. And, of course, leading things off is Ross Peters. There's a strike called. He is batting .321 on the year. He's got 11 RBIs so far. No home runs, 11 RBIs here in this season to this point. Make sure and hit that share button for us if you don't mind on social media. 2 balls and 1 strike here. Oh, our GM, John Rice, is tuning in. Says it looks great, sounds great. You know what that means? That means Tim keeps his job one more day. As long as the boss is happy, that's all that matters. Here is the 2-1 offering on the way. There's a swing and a miss. Good pitch that time by Seasongood. It is 2 balls and 2 strikes here in the opening at bat on a Tuesday afternoon. 79 degrees for the first pitch. Seasongood now. 7.26, make that 7.269 on the earned run average. There is ball 3, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Nobody on. Peters so far this season, 7 walks in 20 ball games. We'll see what he does here. Here's the payoff. There's a fly ball. This one to center field. Kobe Greenwall gives chase and makes the catch out in center field. Good catch by Kobe Greenwall. 1 up and 1 down here in the top of inning number 1. Caleb Yount now coming up to the plate now for the Kelly Hawks. Yount so far this season is batting .317, 11 RBIs as well. No home runs, but he does have 11 RBIs. As a team, by the way, the Kelly Hawks, they are batting .276, and there's a strike right down the middle. No balls and 1 strike. The team has 3 home runs at 74 RBIs through 20 ball games. No balls and 1 strike here. Here is the 0-1 pitch on the way. Outside, called a ball, 1 ball and 1 strike. So once again, congratulations to our golf team. Boy, they have been having a phenomenal season at this point. The golf team, by the way, not only are they SEMO Conference champions, but they're also, the team has set a new state record. That is impressive as well. This one is downstairs, 2 balls and 1 strike. The team shot a combined .283 at Fox Haven Country Club in Sikeston, beating the second-place Jackson Indians by 11 strokes. Also, the Mules' combined score broke the state record for a team. There's a strike, 2 balls and 2 strikes. The team low 18 hole round on a par 71. The previous record, by the way, was set back in 2004. It was .285, and that was set by Hickman back in 2004. Congratulations to our Mules golf program. 3 balls and 2 strikes now. 3-2 the count now to Caleb Yount. So far this year, he has walked 4 times on the season. He has been struck out 12 times. Here is the payoff pitch on the way. In there for a called strike 3. Yes, sir. 2 up and 2 down here in the inning. And now a very good hitter coming up to the plate now, number 25, Reese Eftink. Eftink is a senior for the Hawks. He is coming in so far batting a whopping .442, 1 homer, 11 RBIs. By the way, the home plate umpire here this afternoon, it is Bruce Hawes, and the field umpire, it is Elmer Littrell. Correction, the home plate umpire is Elmer Littrell, and the first base umpire is Bruce Haas. Those are the umpires here today. 1 ball and no strikes. 2 down here in the inning. Oh, this one's going to be just a little bit high. 2 balls and no strikes now. As Reese Eftink leads the team in batting average. He's got 23 base hits this year. He's got 6, or make that 7 extra base hits. 5 doubles, 1 triple, and 1 home run. This one gets him on the forearm. And that'll be number 18 on the season by Season Good when it comes to hit by pitches. So now Season Good gives up a 2-out hit by pitch. And now a runner on first base with 2 down here in the inning. That one goes a little bit inside. Dalton Fork now coming up, the left-hander for the Hawks. He is batting .244. He's got a couple of home runs and 12 RBIs. Runner now on first base, that is Eftink, and this one is downstairs for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes. So 1 ball, no strikes here, 2 down in the inning, and a runner on first base. Aiden Pratt for the Mules. It is Ryland Season Good who is on the mound for the Mules. Jan says, let's go Mules, and there's a rip out to right field. It gets down for a base hit right in front of Cade Huffman. Tanchavez cuts off the throw, and the runners now are on the corners. It is first and third base now with only 2 down, and of course now you look at what the Hawks are trying to do. They've got runners now on the corners, and Nicholas Christian coming up to the plate now. Christian batting .333 on the season. He's got 5 RBIs. So runners now on the corners, and Christian now, the second baseman wearing number 1, steps in with 2 down. Christian, let's go over some of his numbers with runners in scoring position. He is batting .292, and now the runner takes off. Bratcher checking on Eftink back on third base. They've got Fork now in between first and second, trying to get that 3rd out. And now Bratcher has the ball now as they're playing keep away, and now the runner breaks home. He is saved. Boy, that is smart base running right there by Reese Eftink. Between him and Fork, that was a great double steal. You got to tip your cap to the coaching staff there of Kelly. They knew what they were doing. Eftink and Fork going to get stolen bases. And now it is a 1-0 ball game here, as Eftink, that was hit by a pitch, will come in to score. And Dalton Fork now moves over to second base. So now runners on just second base outside. Pitch called a ball. It is 1 ball and no strikes now. 1-0 the count. And there's 2 down here in the inning. Boy, I tell you what, that was just great base running all the way around there by Kelly. Here is the 1-0 pitch, called a ball outside. 2 balls and no strikes here. 2-0 the count. Pitch number 20 coming up for Season Good. By the way, coming up on Thursday, it is Senior Day for the Mules. We're going to be honoring our Mules seniors coming up. It'll be a district game at that, taking on the Lions out of Northwest. Should be a really good ball game. That one's on Thursday. Time is called by the home plate umpire as Nicholas Christian steps down to the batter's box. It is 2 balls and no strikes here. A run already in for the Hawks now. They lead at 1-0. So now season good. He comes set. Here is pitch number 20 here in the first inning. There's a fly ball going towards center field. Greenwald gets underneath it and will make the catch, and the side is retired. Well, the Hawks end up scoring 1 run. They leave a man on second base. We go to the home half of inning number 1. We'll be back in 30 seconds. The Hawks lead 1-0 on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network.
This is Brenda Holmes with PB Realty Donovan Office. We are Ripley County's leader in every category of real estate. We can help you with residential, farm and land, river cabins, and commercial properties. Call us at 996-5153 or stop by our office at 304 East Highway Street between Quick Connection and North End Motel. Let's talk about how we can help you with all of your real estate needs. Or call me, Brenda Holmes, at 573-707-0741.
Bottom of inning number 1 now. Let's talk about the offensive lineup for your Poplar Bluff Mules. And leading off will be Noah Spain. He'll be at third base here today, batting second. The center fielder in Kobe Greenwald. Batting in the 3 spot this afternoon, it is the right fielder in Cade Huffman. Batting cleanup, the DH man, Bryce Dobbs, batting 5th. He'll be the pitcher, obviously. Ryland Season Good, batting 6th. At second base, it is Marcus Tabanera. Batting 7th is first baseman Dylan Brancher. Also batting in the 8th spot, the catcher is Miles Johnson. And batting 9th, it is Ryan Tanchavez. And playing left field here today, it is Cameron Settle. Now looking defensively for the Kelly Hawks. Out in left field, it is Tyson Carr. Over in center field, it is Ross Peters. In right field, Reese Eftink. Let's go around the horn now. At third base, it is Brandon Heron. At shortstop, Caleb Yant. Second base, Nicholas Christian. At first base is Dalton Fork. And behind the plate is Brody Ash. On the mound, it is Avery Worley. Worley is making his 4th start on the year, 5th appearance. He has pitched 17 1/3 innings. He has given up 9 hits, 12 runs, 4 earned. He has walked 11, struck out 21. He has also hit 5 batters as well. First pitch is called inside for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes. By the way, Worley is 0-2 so far this year. His earned run average is 1.615. Here is the 1-0 pitch. The righty now. This one's going to be fouled away. It is 1 ball and 1 strike. To the leadoff man, Noah Spain here for the Mules. Spain, so far this year, he is batting .364. He's got no home runs, 12 RBI so far this year. He is now the leadoff man for the Mules due to the injury of Dylan Hall. This one is taken out of play for a foul ball as well. 1 ball and 2 strikes. So, 1 ball, 2 strikes now to the Mules leadoff man, Noah Spain, trying to get on base. Oh, this one gets him on the elbow. Thank goodness for the padding there. And, boy, I tell you what, one thing about Noah Spain, he can draw contact as good as I've seen anybody. He has been hit by a pitch now 9 times here this season. So now the Mules have a leadoff man aboard. Kobe Greenwald coming up to the plate now. The Mules center fielder batting a whopping .506. He's got 2 homers and 25 RBIs. By the way, Kobe Greenwald a couple of games ago set the all-time record in Mules history for most hits in a single season. He is now, the old record was set back in 16 by Cameron Meisner. And this one's inside. The runner takes off, and Noah Spain is in with the stolen base. So 2 balls and no strikes here as Spain ends up on second base. Spain so far this season, that is stolen base number 6. So Spain now in scoring position. Kobe Greenwald, let's be honest, he is 1 pitch away, 1 hit away from tying this ball game. There is ball 3, 3 balls and no strikes. So 3-0 the count now with a runner on second base, or make that second base. So now as Greenwald digs in, batting over 500, and he walks on 4. Oh, they're going to call that one a strike. Woo! Tell you what, I already gave him the walk, so we'll take that away and we'll call that a strike. 3 balls and 1 strike now. The Mules center fielder trying to get on base, and this one has popped up and out of play. Now it's 3 balls and 2 strikes. So just like that, it started out 3-0. Now it's a full count. Kobe Greenwald here this season at this point. Greenwald with runners in scoring position. He is batting 500 on the year. He's got a runner on second base and nobody out. Inside pitch, and this time it is ball 4. And now the Mules have him on first and second base with Cade Huffman coming up to the plate. Huffman, another big hitter for the Mules. Mules have a couple of runners on and nobody down here in the inning. Huffman batting 406 on the season so far. He's got 29 RBIs. He leads the team in RBIs. And now time is called by Ash. He'll go out and he will talk to his pitcher. 2 on and nobody down here in the bottom of inning number 1. And now Huffman, the left-hander, steps up now as he will bat with 2 on and nobody down here in the inning. There's a rip out to right field. This one's carrying. This one has a chance all the way to the fence. Boy, I tell you what, Kobe Greenwald had to stay put. He wasn't sure if that was going to be caught or not. It'll be a long base hit, but the Mules have tied the ball game at 1 apiece. Boy, Greenwald, or make that Huffman rather, on the first pitch. He ended up and took that one for a ride all the way to right field. It's an RBI base hit now. And for Mr. Huffman, that is number 30 on the year. 1-1 now the score. Mules still have him on first and second base. Outside, pitch called a ball. It is 1 ball and no strikes now. So now Bryce Dobbs coming up to the plate now for the Mules. Still nobody out here in the inning. Dobbs is batting .338 so far this year. He's got 1 homer and 20 RBIs. Man, it's .330 down the line. There's a fly ball. This one out towards center and left. This one's going to fall in for another hit. This one's going to be a double. 1 run's going to come in. Here comes number 2. Dobbs ain't stopping. He is going to have a triple. Dobbs with a 2 RBI triple, and the Mules have gained the lead. It is now a 3-1 ball game. My goodness, what a shot that was by Dobbs, and he was not stopping all the way through. 3-1 now the score. I know Grandma Jackie likes the score right now. She is tuning in on Highway W in Butler County. Runner on third base, and there's a ball taken up high to Ryland Season Good. He is batting .417 this year. He's got 22 RBIs. A 2 RBI triple by Bryce Dobbs. Outside pitch called a ball. 2 balls and no strikes. You gotta like the way the Mules are coming out slugging here in the first inning. We led off the game with Noah Spain hit by a pitch and stole second base, and then a walk to Greenwald, a long base hit by Cade Huffman, and then a 2 RBI hit by Bryce Dobbs ended up being a triple. 2 balls and 1 strike here. 3-1 now. The Mules out in front.
2 balls, 1 strike.
Mules have got 2 consecutive hits now following a hit by pitch and a walk. And now Season Good now. It's 2 balls and a strike. Tabanera waits on deck. Up high for a ball. 3 balls and 1 strike. 3-1 the count now. Here, Coach Patillo letting his pitcher know to hit something in the middle of the field, hopefully on the ground. This one is outside. You know what? Let's walk a base runner. What do you say? Runners now on first and third base. And now Tabanera comes up to the plate. So the second walk issued here of the inning, and now we're going to get a mound visit by the head coach here. So Josh Hopkins coming out to talk to his starter. By the way, Worley only making his 4th start of the season so far. Our ball game is presented by First Midwest Bank, Kevin's Auto Repair. Also being brought to you by PB Realty Legacy Farm and Land Specialist, Whitworth Gift Chest Jewelers. Also being brought to you by Russian Towing, Baldwin Toyota, First Choice Insurance, Poplar Bluff Regional Medical Center, Patriot Auto Glass, Christian Automotive and Tire, Eye Care Specialist, Larry Hillis Dodge. Also being brought to you by Air Solutions, Edmondson Warren and Holt Legal Services, Maverick Glass, and Senator Jason Bean. So Rena Gordon loves what she is seeing right now, as does Don Collins. Glad to have you guys alongside for some Mules baseball. By the way, still nobody down here in the inning. Tabanera comes up to the plate now for the Mules. Tabanera, him and Huffman right now are tied with 8 doubles apiece for the lead right now when it comes to doubles. Tabanera so far this year batting a skosh under 300. He is at 296. He's got 20 RBIs. Runner takes off, and Season Good will be at second base. Season Good is going to end up and steal second base. It is no balls and 1 strike now, and Season Good ends up on second. So now the second stolen base of the inning now for the Mules. Dylan Bratcher waiting on deck. There's a ground ball. This one's going to go foul by Tabanera. No balls and 2 strikes. James Johnson is tuning in all the way from Guyana. Glad to have you alongside, James. Of course, that is Miles Johnson's dad. Miles Johnson, the starting catcher today. Glad to have James alongside for some Mules baseball. There's a grip, and this one up the middle for a base hit. 1 run's going to come in. Here comes number 2. The relay is not in time, and Tabanera will go to second on the throw to home plate. So 2 more runs now comes in to score for the Mules. It is now a 5-1 ball game. Mules have exploded for 5 runs here in this inning. Tabanera is going to go to second base on the throw in. So 2 RBIs come in on the base hit. Still nobody down here in the inning. And now coming up is Dylan Bratcher, the Mules first baseman. Takes first pitch for a strike. It is now no balls and 1 strike here. 5 runs have already come in here in the ball game. No balls and 1 strike now to Bratcher, who is batting .322 on the year, 13 RBIs. Inside, pitch also a little bit high. Ball 1, 1 ball and 1 strike. Boy, Tabanera got a hold of that one a moment ago. He was on the cover of our profile this morning when we did our post on the ball game. He come through there with a big 2 RBI base hit. This one just high to Bratcher, 2 balls and 1 strike. Of course, Bratcher committed now to playing baseball at the next level at MAC. Congratulations to Bratcher. If anybody deserves it, it is him, no doubt. This one fouled away. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2-2 the count now. 5-1. Mules lead by 4 runs here in the bottom of inning number 1. Still nobody down here in the inning. Miles Johnson awaits on deck. Here is the 2-2 pitch coming here from Avery Worsley. There's a ground ball. This one is going to go foul. Still 2 balls and 2 strikes. So Avery Worsley out there. He has already thrown 26 pitches so far. It is a 2-2 count, and the Mules have opened this game up to a 5-1 ball game. 2-2 the score now. Or make that 5-1 the score, 2-2 the count. There's a ground ball. This one's going to get in. Oh, good cutoff there by Yount. And it's going to be an infield base hit. Still an RBI, or I should say the runner does advance to third base. So Tabanera gets on third. It'll be an infield base hit now with runners on first and third base. So Miles Johnson coming up to the plate now. Johnson so far this year batting .273. He's got 9 RBIs. What do you say, Miles? Let's make it RBI number 10. Mules are very close to batting around here in the first inning. This one is up high, and they're going to throw down to second base, and Bratcher is out at second. There is the first out of the inning. A great throw. It was an unorthodox throw by Ash. But Bratcher is thrown out at second base. I'm not even sure if that was what they intended to do. There's a strike called. It is 1 ball and 1 strike now. I'm not even sure if that was the intended play by Ash. The ball was thrown back to the pitcher and he misses it out of his glove. Swing and a miss. And now it is quickly 1 ball and 2 strikes. So 1 ball and 2 strikes now, 1 down here in the inning. Tabanera now on third base, 1 down. This one is up high for a ball. Count is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2-2 the count with a runner on third base now. Here is the 2-2. This one fouled away, so we'll do it again. Still 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2-2 here in the bottom of the first inning. Mules right now with a 5-1 lead. Coach Sievers collecting money for St. Jude, courtesy of FCA. He'll be coming in on Friday to bring into our radiothon everything they are able to raise. Right now, we have been told they are over $2,400. It is a full count now to Miles Johnson. He's got 8 walks so far this year. Tanchavez awaiting on deck. There's a fly ball. This one could be playable as Ash chases it down. It's going to get into the stands. That one nearly hit one of our fans. Good heads-up play there by the young lady to get out of the way. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Johnson, good battle here. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Already 34 pitches thrown by Wosley. And there's only 1 down in the inning. Here is payoff number 2, and this one is up high. And runners now on first and third base again. Another walk issued. So Ryan Tanchavez coming up to the plate now. Runners are on the corners. Runners on the corners again. So far here in this first inning to this point, that is the 3rd walk issued. Oh, this one gets Tanchavez in the back. And now runners are going to be on every base. So Tanchavez, second hit by pitch of the inning. So runners now on every base, and we are back to the top of the lineup. Spain was hit by a pitch, and then he stole second, and he comes in to score the first run of the ball game. Bases are loaded with 1 down. The Kelly Hawks now in some trouble with runners on every base. Spain now batting .364 this season. Good lead by the runners. Good pitch that time. That one had a little bit of movement on it. It was outside just enough that it caught enough of the plate. No balls and 1 strike here as Wosley comes set. Boy, I'll tell you what, Miles Johnson, he's got a huge lead out there on second base and nobody holding him on. He literally is between where the shortstop plays, between second and third base. No balls and 2 strikes here. Spain trying to pick up the runner on third base. There he goes again. Johnson gets a bigger lead. This one fouled away. Still no balls and 2 strikes. Nobody's holding Johnson on, so when that ball is being thrown, he makes his way literally past the halfway point down at third base. If Spain gets a base hit, Johnson's going to score, no doubt about that. No balls and 2 strikes now. Here is the 0-2 pitch by Wosley. This one fouled away again. It's still no balls and 2 strikes. Colby Greenwald awaiting on deck. 1 down here in the inning. Barm Neely says, let's go Mules. Glad to have you alongside. Bases are loaded with only 1 down here in the inning. Here is the 0-2 pitch on the way. This one fouled away again. No balls and 2 strikes. Still no balls and 2 strikes now. A good battle here by Spain between him and Wosley. 3 foul balls in a row. Here is the 0-2 offering. Up high for a ball. Good take by Spain. 1 ball, 2 strikes now. So coming up on Thursday, it is our senior night. We'll be honoring our seniors coming up. Can't wait for that game. Here is the 1-2 pitch. Popped up. This one's going to get out of play again. It's still 1 ball, 2 strikes. Wosley, 43 pitches thrown here in this inning alone, and only 1 down.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
1 ball, 2 strikes, as the home plate umpire lets us know. It is 5 o'clock on the dot. We do owe you a legal ID. We'll take it momentarily. This one is up high, and Spain just stands there. Nowhere for him to go. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Coach Mathis standing on first base. Coach John David Patillo standing on third. I know Miss Kathleen Patillo is watching here this evening. I'll make that inside pitch. It is 3 balls and 2 strikes. So Spain had it 0-2, and now he has worked it to a 3-2 count. And now the runners now will get a good lead off of their bases. Here is the payoff pitch on the way to Noah Spain. Oh, this one hit the bat. It was ball 4, but the way he had the bat position, the ball hit the bat as a foul ball. Tell you what, try and do that again. Here is the payoff pitch on the way. Again inside, and Spain has to duck out of the way. Another run comes in to score. So Tabanera comes in. It's now a 6-1 ball game. And we're going to get time called, and we're going to see Coach Hopkins again coming out to the mound, and this may be all for Wosley. It will be all for the young man. Wosley will have to exit the ball game, only going a third of an inning. So we'll come back in 60 seconds, and we'll tell you about the new pitcher on the mound. We'll give you the numbers on the new pitcher coming up in 1 minute. You're watching and listening to Mules Baseball on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network.
Attention all baseball fans. Are you looking for a winning insurance plan? Look no further than First Choice Insurance, your MVP for all things coverage. Just like a solid defense, our policies protect you when life throws unexpected curveballs. Whether it's home, auto, or life insurance, we've got you covered. Swing for the fences with First Choice Insurance and hit a home run for peace of mind. Visit us today or call our team for a Grand Slam insurance experience. First Choice Insurance, where protection meets perfection.
Whitworth Gift Chest Jewelers is a third-generation family-owned jewelry and repair store who have served the Poplar Bluff community for over 60 years.
Our family has always worked hard to provide the finest jewelry creations and service imaginable.
Patriot Auto Glass offers chip repair or glass replacement. They provide fast quality service done by experienced technicians. Ask about our veteran and first responder discounts. Call Patriot Auto Glass today at 573-840-5027. And remember, Patriot Auto Glass will come to you.
Before we go any farther, we do owe you a legal ID on the radio. We'll take it now on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network. As soon as we are done with our legal ID, we will give you the information on the new pitcher. It is 5:04. I'm Frankie Castile. Welcome back to Mules Baseball. Tim Hicks alongside Frankie Castile. And let's give you the new pitcher now on the mound. It is Nicholas Christian. He will move off of second base, and he will be the new pitcher. He is making his 10th appearance overall so far this year. He is 2-2 on the season at this point. He has pitched 21 and 2/3 innings, giving up 23 hits, 19 runs. 10 of them have been earned. He has walked 14, struck out 33. First pitch by Greenwald, popped it up. And the first baseman comes over, Fork, and makes the catch. One pitch and one out. What a good job there. Jammed him on the pitch. And Fork comes in for the easy out. So now Cade Huffman coming up to the plate now. Huffman literally came within an eyelash of having his first home run this season. He's got 2 outs now. Still runners on every base. Outside, pitch called a ball. 1 ball and no strikes now. It is 1-0 the count. 2 down, 6-1. Mules lead by 5 runs. Huffman now, he is 1 for 1 with an RBI. This one is taken inside as well. 2 balls and no strikes. Here is the 2-0. And a strike is called that time. It is 2 balls and 1 strike. So Landon Alexander is now going to be the new second baseman, by the way. Everybody else will stay right where they are. There's a ground ball. This one ricochets off the pitcher, and Huffman has to go quickly, and he does. It is an RBI base hit. Cooper's going to score from third base. Second RBI of the inning by Huffman. And now coming up to the plate now, it is a 7-1 ball game. Bryce Dobbs, a triple his last time. It was a 2 RBI triple. There's a pitch right down the middle. It is no balls and 1 strike now. Mules lead at 7-1 here in the bottom of the first inning. Mules have already batted around here in the inning. This is their 13th batter here of the inning. Here is the 0-1 pitch outside for a ball. 1 ball and 1 strike. So 1-1 the count now. So Wosley has already ended his day. Alexander is now at second base. And there's ball 2 taken. 2 balls and 1 strike. Dobbs here on the year entering the ball game. .338, just hit his first triple earlier this season. He's got 8 extra base hits. Still 2 down. Bases are loaded. This one is way outside. It ricochets, but a run is going to come in and score. Tanchavez will come in to score, and everybody else moves up a base as well. Three balls and 1 strike now as Tanchavez comes in to score. It is now 8-1 now. 3 balls and 1 strike. Oh, good pitch that time. Strike 2, Nicholas Christian that time, right down the pike. 3 balls and 2 strikes. 3 balls and 2 strikes now. 2 runners in scoring position. And got him looking, and Dobbs thinks that was a little bit outside, but nevertheless, strike 3 is called, but not before the Mules end up and pick up 8 runs. They leave 2 on base. We go to the top of inning number 2, 58 pitches in all. Mules lead 8-1. We're back in 1 minute on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network.
Breathe easier and extend the life of your HVAC system, plus fewer repair bills with Air Solutions Comprehensive Maintenance Plan. You'll save money and get the peace of mind that only comes from calling Air Solutions. 785-1500.
All right, so here we go now. We are in the top of inning number 2, and the Mules right now find themselves on top with an 8-1 ball game. So now we'll see what Poplar Bluff here is able to do defensively. Once again on the mound, Ryland Season Good coming up now. And Wosley is going to be back in the ball game now. He will be the batter coming up, as Wosley here is first opportunity here. Wosley so far this season, he is batting .244 on the year. He's got no home runs and 5 RBIs. And the first pitch is downstairs for a ball, 1 ball, and no strikes. So 1-0 the count now as the Mules lead 8-1. So now Season Good, he'll come set. There's a ground ball hit right back to the pitcher. He flips it over to first base in time. 1 up and 1 down here in the inning. So 1 down here in the top of inning number 2. And now Brandon Heron coming up to the plate. That one goes 1-3 on the out. So Brandon Heron now, the third baseman, 1 down. Heron batting .170 on the year with 2 RBIs. Here is the first pitch. This one just misses outside. 1 ball and no strikes. Coming up on Thursday and Friday is at our annual St. Jude Radiothon. We will not have the ball games on the radio, but we will have them on Facebook and on YouTube. There's a ground ball sharply to Noah Spain. It takes it on a hop and throws out the runner at first base. Good play by Spain to Bratcher. 5-3 on the out, 2 down here in the second.
Now batting number 23, Brady Oates.
So Brady Ash is coming up to the plate now. It's spelt like Osh, but it's actually called Ash, believe it or not. When I got told that, I was like, are you sure? Strike is called on the outside, a part of the plate. Kelly has a radio guy here, and he said, don't mock me. He said, I know how to say it. And I said, well, it looks like it's Osh, but it's actually Ash. Swing and a miss. Good pitch by Season Good. No balls and 2 strikes. Season Good had a 20-pitch first inning. He has thrown just 6 so far in this inning. Mules lead by 7 runs. It is 8-1. Here is the 0-2 pitch. This one he fouls it away. Will stay right here. This one goes off of Miles Johnson, and he is grimacing in some pain. I didn't see where the ball got him, but he is grimacing. He's going to get up. Coach Mathis quickly out there to check on him. One thing about Miles Johnson, he has been battling injuries all season long. This kid is tough, no doubt about it. He's trying to walk it off here. It's going to be, it looks like the left knee is what it looks like from up here. Johnson's trying to shake everything off. He gets his helmet back. Also puts his hat back on as well. Boy, one thing you don't want to see is anybody get injured, especially this time of year, because we are literally down toward the end of the season. We're already down one player the rest of this season, as you heard Coach Patillo talk about in the pregame with Dylan Hall. His hand injury is going to be 4 to 6 weeks. Likelihood his season comes to a close unless we make a deep run. Oh, strike 3 is called. What a pitch by Season Good. And the side is retired. No runs on, no hits, and nobody left on. We go to the bottom of the inning. It'll be Season Good, Tabanera, and Bratcher coming up. We're back in 1 minute on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network.
Maverick Glass offers repair of automotive, commercial, and residential glass, including mobile repair services. From a chipped windshield to a custom glass shower, remember Maverick Glass. Thank you for making Maverick Glass the area's leading glass company for more than 30 years.
Here's a quick and easy test to see if you need new tires. Insert a penny upside down, and if you see the top of Honest Abe's head, your tread is too low. If you don't, you're good to go. So when it's time for new tires, remember Christian Automotive and Tire, keeping you safe on the road.
All right, so we are in the bottom of inning number 2 now, and the Mules, they lead 8-1. Coming up for the Mules, it is Season Good, Tabanera, and Bratcher. And, of course, we shall see coming up if the Mules are able to continue with their offensive production as what we saw back in the first inning. Here is the first pitch on the way now. Season Good will lead us off. Season Good, his last inning, walked and scored. And the first pitch going to be called a ball to a Season Good. 1 ball, no strikes now. We are in the second inning. Mules lead it here by a score of 8-1. Outside, pitch called a ball, 2 balls and no strikes. So, just in case you're wondering, coming up on Thursday, it is Senior Day for the Mules. We're going to be honoring our seniors, but more importantly, it is a district game coming up for the Mules. Northwest Cedar Hill. This one outside as well, 3 balls and no strikes. What I was going to say was, in that ball game, it'll be our only district game before we take on Jackson next week. And that game, by the way, will be in Jackson. And strike is called to Ryland Season Good. I know, that's Kent Keith's old stomping grounds there. We're comparing green drinks. He's got a Mountain Dew, well, I've got my detox drink. There's the fly ball. Get down, baby, get down. This one is going to go over the head of F-Tink. He boots it, and Season Good will end up with a leadoff double to begin this inning. Boy, great hit by Season Good, and now he is standing on second base. Second extra base hit of the ball game for these Mules. Tabanera, his 5th double on the year now. And now Tabanera, who steps into the plate. Tabanera, a 2 RBI base hit. He went right up the gut back in the first inning. Mules here picking up right where they left off. I was going to say coming up on Thursday as that pitch goes inside, 1 ball and no strikes. So coming up on Thursday, Northwest Cedar Hill, they are 5-15 on the year, 1 tie. So we shall see what happens coming up. This one's up the middle, and what a good stop by Yount over to first base in time. 1 down here in the inning. That one hit the mound, and Yount still able to make the out at first base. 1 down here in the inning. As Bratcher comes up, you know what's interesting, you look at Northwest's schedule, and Lindbergh is one of the better teams in our district, obviously. And Northwest, believe it or not, they beat Lindbergh 1-0 this year. I'm not sure if that was a game where it was a doubleheader. Maybe it was. I don't think it was a doubleheader, though. Strike 1 is called. No balls and 1 strike now to the Mules first baseman. This one's popped up. This one might be playable. Heron and the catcher give chase, and this one hits the top of the dugout. It is the no balls and 2 strikes now. So 0-2 the count now. Runner on at third base with a 1 down here in the inning. Terry Weatherford says, let's go Mules. Shane Hanley is tuning in. Lefty versus righty. There's a ground ball hit right to Wosley at second base, or make that Alexander at second base. And Bratcher will drive in a run. 2 down here in the inning. So 2 down in the inning, and the Mules now lead at 9-1. Miles Johnson coming up to the plate now with 2 down, nobody on. It goes 4-3 on the out. This one is popped up and now to play. 1 down here in the, or I should say, no balls and 1 strike now with 2 down.
Keep that bad head up. Let's go.
It is now a 9-1 game. Mules leading it by 8 runs here in the second. Swing and a miss. Good pitch that time by Christian. No balls and 2 strikes. Wind not much of a factor here today. We began the game at 79 degrees. By Thursday, we're going to be in the mid-80s. This one popped up to the screen. No balls and 2 strikes. The only thing I can say I can be thankful for is the fact that it's going to be 87 on Thursday. We got AC here in the press box. I'm very thankful for that. Big shout out to Mules Athletic Director Kent Keith right now, letting us occupying the space here in the dugout. What if I sent a 10 up here and not go home? Would you throw me out? This one, oh, this was going to hit Johnson. And now the Mules have a 2-out runner on first base. Johnson, that is his 3rd time this season being hit by a pitch. Drew Cooper now is going to end up, and he will show up on third base, or make that first base rather. So now Cooper on first base. There's a rip by Tanchavez. It's a base hit. Oh, it gets behind the runner, or behind the fielder rather. And now second and third base. So Tanchavez turns on one. That'll be a base hit. And then it will be a fielding error on Carr as it gets behind him, and Tanchavez ends up on second base. So second and third base now. We are back to the top of the lineup. Spain, little chopper to third base. Heron over to first base. It goes over the head. It'll be an error on the third baseman. And 2 runs will come in to score. It is now an 11-1 ball game. So the way they will score that one is it'll be a base hit by Spain. He would have beat that out on the throw anyway, but because it was a low throw, that would advance 2 runners over. So they'll give an error on the throw by the third baseman, Heron. It ends up being an RBI base hit. And this one's called a strike here. It is now 11-1. Kobe Greenwald comes up now. It is no balls and 1 strike here as Spain leads away from first base. Outside pitch called a ball, 1 ball and 1 strike. Mules now lead by 10 runs. Awaiting on deck is Cade Huffman. Boy, there was 2 quick outs in the inning, and then Johnson was hit by a pitch, and then a base hit by Tanchavez, and then a fielding error. 2 errors in the inning. There's a ground ball base hit by Greenwald. Here comes Spain, and the Mules now lead 12-1. Safe at home. Greenwald doing his job, and now the Mules, they lead at 12-1. So Greenwald comes through again with an RBI, his first of the ball game. Mules now lead at 12-1. And now Cade Huffman, who was maybe a couple of feet shy of his first home run this year, he steps in. He's got 2 base hits so far, a couple of RBIs, and he's also scored a run. 1 ball, no strikes now. We are in the bottom of inning number 2. Mules lead. They have blown this game wide open. It is now 12-1. Here is the pitch outside, called a ball, 2 balls and no strikes. So 2-0 the count now. There'll be a JV game, I believe, coming up after this game. 5 innings, I was told. A lot of schools on campus today. Lots of events going on. This one fouled away. 2 balls and 1 strike, but none more important than our Mules golf team today. If you've just tuned in, we've got a big post on it right now on our social media page. The Mules golf team sets a new state record while winning the SEMO Conference Tournament. And just as an extra bonus, we also beat out Jackson in that SEMO Conference. There's a rip and a base hit by Huffman. 1 run's going to come in to score. Huffman again with his 3rd hit of the ball game. And more importantly, it is now a 13-1 game. So an RBI by Huffman. I will say, out of all the walkout music I've heard this year, I think Dobbs takes the cake. I tell you what, somebody always takes the cake, and this year Dobbs has, I think, the most unique walkout music I've heard this season. Outside pitch called a ball. Huffman able to get back in. So Huffman doing his job as he is able to 13-1 the score. 1 ball and no strikes. So now Dobbs digs in. He has already tripled here in the ball game. Dobbs so far has struck out looking, and he tripled back in the first. 2 RBIs so far in the ball game for Mr. Dobbs. Dobbs entered the ball game with 20 RBIs. Now he's sitting at 22. Mules here trying to run rule the Hawks. This one jams him inside. Foul ball.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
One ball and 2 strikes here. There's the ground ball up the middle for a base hit. And Dobbs keeps this train going. Runners on first and second base. By the way, want to give a big shout out to Coach Steve Edwards, who is watching us right now. His team came so close to beating Jackson last night in that SEMO Conference Championship game. I was rooting for him, I'll tell you that. 5-0 score. I'll tell you what, Coach Edwards has that team in rare form. Good things are going on in Dexter. Ball 1 taken inside. 1 ball and no strikes. As Dobbs singles his second hit of the ball game, and once again the Mules have batted around. Season Good, who led off this inning with a double. Strike is called. It is 1 ball and 1 strike. Although if I could, I remember a couple of years ago when a young fella, I won't give his name, but I do remember on the bus, swing and a foul tip there by Season Good. We were in Oklahoma, and I remember Coach Edwards got beat up on the bus by a couple of players. I'm just going to say that. I mean, it was sad to see. A grown man got beat up by a couple of kids. I'm just going to say it. He says he was just horsing around, but he was really struggling, let me tell you. 1 ball, 2 strikes now. Season Good pops this one to right field. F-Tink is giving chase, coming in, and it's going to fall in for a hit. 1 run is going to score. 14-1 now, Mules lead. Boy, Season Good caught that one on the screws, and Huffman able to score from second base. Tabanera comes up to the plate now. I knew that would draw a response from Coach Edwards. I knew that would. Coach, I know the truth. I know what really happened. First and third base now. 14-1 the score. There's a fly ball. This one out toward Peters' way. This one is going to be caught in center field. Or did it fall? No, he caught it going down. What a catch by Peters out there in center field. Mules end up scoring 6 runs. They lead 14-1. We'll be back. You're watching and listening to Mules Baseball. We're back in 1 minute on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network.
Imagine playing sports, reading, or driving without needing contact lenses or glasses. The eye LASIK procedure at Eye Care Specialists could be the answer to help you improve your vision. Call Eye Care Specialists to schedule a free screening.
Kevin's Auto and Tire is now a certified dealer for Bridgestone and Firestone tires. Kevin's Auto is also a full-service garage from brakes and oil changes to electrical and AC. Don't forget they also offer custom muffler work. It's Kevin's Auto and Tire, located on Cravens Road in Poplar Bluff.
All right, so we are back now as we get ready for the top of inning number 3. Schaefer, Peters, and Yount is all due up here in the bottom, or that top of inning number 3. Mules now lead it by a score of 14-1. Season Good comes up to the plate now, or I should say back on the mound, rather, for his 3rd inning of work. And the first pitch is called a ball inside. 1 ball and no strikes. So 1-0 the count here in the top of inning number 3. This one is fouled away. So it's, ooh, that was a not so good kind word in the crowd mic. 1 ball and 1 strike here. 1-1 the count.
Here we go.
1 ball, 1 strike now. The left-hander Schaefer, number 55 at the plate. Schaefer so far this season, coming in batting .333 on the year. Outside, pitch called a ball, 2 balls and 1 strike. 2-1 the count now. Three balls and 1 strike now, 3-1. As the Mules here trying to get out of this inning and get their bats back up and possibly end this in the bottom of the inning. Outside, leadoff man's aboard now. Runner on first base, a leadoff walk here to Schaefer.
Now batting number 8, Ross Peters.
So now Ross Peters is back to the top of the lineup now. Peters popped out to center field at his first time. So Greenwald plays a little bit shallow there in center field. It is 3:30 down the lines. Inside, pitch called a strike. Nice pitch by Season Good. No balls and 1 strike. 0-1 the count. So no balls and 1 strike here. Good pitch again. This one right down at Grand Central Avenue. No balls and 2 strikes. Runner on first base. 0-2 the count now. As Season Good looks back at the runner at first base. That's Schaefer out there. Here is the pitch on the way and just misses inside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. So 1-2 the count. Mules lead 14-1. There's a fly ball. This one toward left field. This one over to make the catch is Cameron Settle. 1 down here in the inning. Good job by Cameron Settle. Was able to get underneath it with no problem. And now Caleb Yontnow coming up to the plate. He is 0 for 1. Struck out looking his first time. And now here is the first pitch in there for a called strike. Yes, sir. No balls and 1 strike with 1 away here in the inning. So there will be a JV game tonight. 5 innings of play from what we were told by Kent Keith. Reese Eftink is awaiting on deck for the Hawks. Oh, good pitch by Season Good. That one had some movement on it. It is now no balls and 2 strikes. Mules have Wednesday off and then a big critical game on Thursday. It is a district game for the Mules. It is the only district game, at least for right now, that we're going to have before they seed for the upcoming districts. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Good pitch taken on the outside. So 1 ball and 2 strikes now. 1-2 the count and make it 2 balls and 2 strikes. So 2-2 now the count. 1 down here in the inning. Mules here trying to get out of the inning with no damage done here in the top of inning number 3. Season Good now checks on the runner. Just misses outside. Ball 3. 3 balls and 2 strikes. So Yount struck out looking his first time. Reese Eftink, he is awaiting on deck. He was hit by a pitch. He has scored the only run so far for the Hawks. Here is the payoff pitch. Right up the line there by Dylan Bratcher. It goes foul. Still 3 balls and 2 strikes. 3-2 the count. I was checking our social media page to look at the golf team. It's good to see them get some recognition, especially winning the SEMO Conference, setting a new state record. Up high for a ball. Now runners on first and second base. 1 down here in the inning. Second walk of the inning And now Reese Eftink coming up to the plate now. Eftink so far this season leads the team at .442 in batting average. Now waiting on deck is Dalton Fork. Here is the first pitch to Eftink. Calling a ball on the outside, a part of the plate, 1 ball and no strikes. So 1-0 the count now. Paul Spain is tuning in from West Tennessee. How's the weather where you are, my friend? 79 degrees here at game time in Poplar Bluff. By Thursday, we'll be in the mid-80s for the game time temp. There's a strike called, 1 ball and 1 strike. And I'm thinking that we could see some rain on Thursday, but I think it's going to be later in the day. So hopefully we'll be able to get the game in on Thursday, no problem. Friday right now, we are traveling to Valley View. Strike 2 is called, 1 ball, 2 strikes. We are traveling to Valley View on Friday. And as of right now, it looks like we'll see a lot of rain coming in. But don't worry, Tim, you'll be outside. You'll be just fine. Here is the 1-2 pitch on the way from Ryland Season Good. Oh, got him looking on the inside, a part of the plate. What a nasty pitch that time by Season Good. And 2 down here in the inning. Boy, that gets the crowd buzzing right there. Nasty, filthy pitch. Called a strike. And now Dalton Fork now comes up. He's 1 for 1, a base hit back in the first inning. He was also stranded on first base. Strike 1 right down the pike now. No balls and 1 strike. 2 down here in the inning. Runners on first and second base. 2 walks issued to Caleb Yount and Colin Schaefer to begin the inning. Since then, pop out to left field by Peters and then a strikeout looking by Reese Eftink. Here is the 0-1 pitch on the way. Inside, ball 1, 1 ball and 1 strike. So 1-1 the count. Here in the top of inning number 3. Coming up in the home half of the inning for the Mules at 7-8-9 due up. Dylan Bratcher to lead things off. There's a ground ball. This one's going to go foul. 1 ball and 2 strikes now with the runners on first and second base. So far, the Hawks here in the ball game, they've got 1 run on 1 hit, a couple of errors. Mules have 14 runs on 12 hits and no errors. Mules had 8 runs in the first inning, and they added 6 runs in that second inning. Here is the 1-2 pitch, and he fouls it away into the glove, and there is the strike 3, and the side is retired. No runs and no hits, and 2 left on via 2 walks. We go to the home half of inning number 3. The Mules are 2 runs away from ending this game in 3 innings. We're back in 1 minute on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network.
You're in the zone with Baldwin Toyota. Today's spotlight is a 2023 Toyota RAV4. Grab your teammates for the ultimate ride. The 2023 Toyota RAV4 offers a spacious interior and configurable cargo space. Now you can carry all your gear for the big game.
That's right. And with the RAV4's all-wheel drive technology, you can effortlessly tackle any terrain.
Get in the game and visit Baldwin Toyota and experience the 2023 Toyota RAV4 for yourself. And now back to Mules action.
Caring for those you love also means taking good care of yourself. At Poplar Bluff Regional Medical Center, our healthcare providers take the time to identify your health risks and help you prioritize good health. Regular checkups and age-appropriate screenings are important to be healthy now and stay well in the future. With same or next day appointments and online scheduling, we make it easy to make an appointment right now. You can even see us from the comfort of your own home via telehealth. Put your health first today by making an appointment by visiting pbrmc.com and searching online scheduling.
All right, it is now 5:43 here on this Tuesday afternoon, and you're watching Mules Baseball Live, listening to it on the radio. We are live here on Facebook and on YouTube. So glad to have you alongside here this afternoon. And now coming up to the plate now for the Mules, it is Dylan Bratcher. Bratcher so far this season, he is 1 for 2, but he does have an RBI last at bat on a ground out. First pitch is called a strike on the inside, a part of the plate, no balls and 1 strike. So 0-1 the count now to Dylan Bratcher, who steps up to the plate now with nobody on, as he is the leadoff man here in the inning. And this one is outside. 1 ball and 1 strike now, so 1-1 the count now. Mules here lead it by 13 runs. They are 2 away from this game coming to a close. This one is downstairs as well. 2 balls and 1 strike. So 2-1 the count now, as Poplar Bluff here leads it by a score of 14-1. Bratcher, one of our seniors for the Mules. There's a fly ball to left field. Get down, baby. There's a base hit. And Bratcher is going to round first, and he'll hold off. And he will go back to first base. Good shot by Dylan Bratcher. And we're going to get a pinch runner now to come in. Looks like Kane Lewis is going to be the man to a pinch run for Dylan Bratcher. So Lewis now over there on first base. He is the new runner now. Miles Johnson comes up to the plate now for the Mules. Johnson so far in the ball game. Johnson has walked and was hit by a pitch. Strike is called, and back over to first base is not in time, as Kane Lewis gets back there, no problem. No balls and 1 strike. So Bratcher with a big hit to lead off the inning here. And now as we get ready now, Christian comes set there. This one's taken outside for a ball. 1 ball and 1 strike. 1-1 the count now. Mules here lead at 14-1, and they've got a runner on first base. The game-winning run is at the plate right now. There's a ground ball hit up the middle, and it's going to be booted by the second baseman. That could have very easily been a twin-killing double play, but instead it'll end up being an E4. So now runners on first and second base. Tanchavez comes up to the plate now. So they will score that one an E4. Tanchavez has reached base twice so far today. There's a ground ball by the second baseman out at second base, and that'll be the only out they get. It'll be a force out this time. And this time, Alexander, he does not boot this one. It's going to end up and go 4-6 on the out. So 1 away here in the inning. And now we are back to the top of the lineup. It goes 4-6 on the fielder's choice. So now Spain takes the first pitch inside for a ball. It is 1 ball and no strikes now, as Spain back up to the plate now with 1 down here in the inning. 1 away, and now the runner takes off, and this one's going to hit Spain again. That's the second time he has been hit this ball game. So Spain does it again. And now runners on every base now. So Kobe Greenwald can quite frankly win the ball game here with a hit. 2 runners, if 2 runners can score. And there you go, this one goes up the middle. 1 run is in, and here comes the game-winning roll. They're gonna hold off. Woo! Tanchavez, or make that, Tanchavez rather, is gonna hold up It is now a 15-1 ball game. So 15-1 is the score. Greenwall with an RBI base hit. So now for the Mules as they lead it here 15-1. And Huffman rather, fouls this one away. No balls and 1 strike. So 0-1 the count now. Huffman now as he digs in. Mules are 1 run away from this game ending in just 3 innings. This one has popped up. This one's probably going to do it, folks. As Carr gets the catch, and here is the relay in, and the Mules are going to win the ball game on a walk-off in 1 hour and 19 minutes. Poplar Bluff ends up winning this ball game. Final score is 16-1 in literally an hour and 19 minutes. Wow, what a ball game here as the Mules had really full control the entire ball game. Coming up here, we're going to talk to Coach Patillo in just a few moments, and we will talk to our most valuable player and our flamethrower of the ball game as well, which obviously today is going to be Ryland Season Good. So stay with us, and we'll come back as the Mules get it done in 1 hour and 19 minutes. Mules have picked up their 17th win of the season. You're watching and listening to Mules Baseball on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network. All right, so we are back with our post-game report. Joining us right now, the head coach here, John David Patillo. And, Coach, today your Mules came up and showed out big time at the plate, 16 runs, but more importantly, clean baseball and double digits when it comes to hits as well.
Yeah, it was nice to see our guys take a better approach at the plate. And, you know, that was the thing I just emphasized, meeting with them, you know, when we're facing, you know, the best of pitching, we've got to have the same kind of approach. And but the kids did a really good job today, and Rylan threw well, and we played clean behind him. It was a good day.
You know, in the third inning, we gave up 2 walks there, but I like how the defense pulled together and we left 2 runners on. They left 2 runners on, for example, and that tells me that, you know, last week at the CMO conference is now behind us and we're moving forward now.
Yeah, you know, we learn from, you know, those games and then just keep playing. And the kids, like I said, did a good job today. We got to come out with the same approach on Thursday when we play Northwest.
You know, looking at the lineup here, top to bottom, Dobbs got things going early with a big triple. I mean, he wasn't going to stop on second base no matter what you guys would have said.
No, I was bringing him anyway, so he hit the ball really well. And you know, this is his first triple, I'm sure.
It is.
You know, he runs about like his daddy does.
And, you know, Huffman, he came within, what, maybe 2 feet from having his first home run this year?
Yeah.
It was close.
Well, and he had one down there in the Alabama trip that he hit up on top of that wall. So he's hit him. He's hit the ball well. He was consistent today with everything he was doing.
Scary sight was when we seen a foul ball go off of Miles Johnson. He toughed things out. This kid goes through and through all year long with injuries, and this kid's tough. How is his condition right now?
I think he's okay. I think he'll have a nice bruise there. He'll have to be working out and stretching, but, you know, you get those in baseball. That's all part of it.
I think Noah Spain hit a state record today. I think he's been hit more times than I've seen anybody this season in the state.
He may have. I mean, he's been hit by probably 10 pitches at least this year.
11 now.
11, yeah. So I knew it was up there.
Yeah, I tell you what, every time he gets hit, thank God for those elbow padding, right?
Yeah, that's right. But it gets him on base, and that's why his on-base percentage is high.
And of course, you know, obviously we knew going in we were going to be the favorites to win the ball game. It gets our confidence going. Now we turn the page to Thursday. How big is that game coming up as Northwest travels to Poplar Bluff?
No, it's important that, you know, that we play well, pitch well, do the things that we need to do so that we can go into the district seeding saying that we beat somebody else in the district.
And when exactly is the seeding coming up for that?
I think it's either late this week or early next week. I've forgotten the date.
No, the reason why I was asking was I was saying on the air that I think this could be the only district game that we have leading up to the seeding. So that's why this game on Thursday is pretty big for us.
Right, and you know, the Jackson game next week I think would be just outside of it. So we should be having that before the Jackson game.
And, of course, what will you guys do? There's got to be something about today's game that you guys want to clean up and get ready for Thursday. If you can narrow it down to one thing, what did you see today that you guys want to clean up before Thursday?
Well, the big thing is you know, we wanted to get Bratcher a chance to throw, so we'll get him some live throwing tomorrow. But I was going to try to give him that last inning, but we ended up scoring the couple of runs that put us over the top. So. But getting him ready for Thursday because it's been a while since he's really thrown.
Well, congratulations, Coach, on the victory, 17th of the season. If you would have told me a season ago this team would have 17 wins, I think I would have believed you, but this team is doing it convincingly.
Well, I hope so, and I hope we just continue to do it.
All right, Coach, thank you for the time. We'll see you on Thursday.
All right, thank you.
All right, Coach John David Patillo joining us live here on the post game, and I was looking down the line, and our flamethrower of the game, it is Rylan Season Good, and I can't see who the actual MVP is just yet. Oh, I think it's Cade Huffman. So what we'll do is we'll stay here, and we want to interview both of these awesome kids. Let's go right to one of our seniors here, Rylan Season Good, our flamethrower of the ball game. And you had your stuff working all the way around. Walk us through what it was like here today as you guys pick up your 17th win of the season.
Well, before this game, Coach Patillo called me into his office and talked to me about we're going to throw a lot of off-speed today, get these guys out. They're going to be out front. And it worked well for us. We attacked the zone more. and we got him to roll over on a lot of stuff and got him to strike out too.
You know, one thing that I got a chance to watch up there in the booth was the fact that we played clean baseball. So obviously the CMO Conference performance is behind us, and now we're obviously moving on to bigger fish right now. Speaking of which, district's coming up very soon, and what we saw here today, you guys are definitely moving on.
Yeah, it was a really good game. We're very upset about Dexter. We should have won that game. We're really upset. So we came in this game really fired up, and we're feeling good moving forward now.
As you work your way on the mound, the first inning, gave up 1 run, but in the bottom of the inning, we see Dobbs hit a triple, and then Huffman about 2 feet away from a home run. I mean, you knew then the bats were going to take care of you guys here today, right?
Mm-hmm. It felt really good seeing everyone that's come alive today and have it like going out there. It's a lot easier to pitch whenever it's 12-1 than when it's 1-0 or 2-0. And it takes a lot of stress off of you.
Absolutely, and you guys will rest up one day because coming up on Thursday, one of the biggest games of the season, a district game coming up against Northwest. What will you guys do to get ready for that big matchup coming up on Thursday?
Well, we're going to probably leave early tonight, get a good rest, and tomorrow have a good clean practice, and it's also senior night, so we're really...
That's right, big senior night as well. So what I want you to do is I want you to look in that camera up there, and who do you want to say hi to here today, being our flamethrower of the ball game?
Hi, Papa.
That's right, my friend. Well, thank you for the time. Congratulations. We'll see you on Thursday.
Thank you.
You betcha. Cade Huffman now joining us, the 6'5" sophomore. I think you're 6'5". You could be 6'6", though, right?
Yes, sir. I'm pretty close.
Pretty close indeed. So we're going to say 6'6" from now on. So walk us through the first inning. You come up and about 2 feet shy from a home run. I thought it was gone. What do you think?
At first, I thought he was getting positioned under it, but coming up with the play, I was really thinking, let's take him where the wild things are. So let's really just hit this ball first pitch.
Absolutely. You guys pick up your 17th win here of the season. A season ago, did you think that was possible coming into this season, that you guys would be literally 17-win ball club and going to even have more wins by the time it's all said and done?
Yes, I definitely expected it. We're very good this year. I think we could go very far.
And, you know, coming up here today, as we've seen the offense clicking, the defense clicked. One thing about this game today, it was clean baseball all the way around.
Yes, 100%. Our bats did really good today, and we had really good mindsets coming in, and we just had real good fielding. Ryland did very good on the mound. Very proud of that. So
Thursday we get Northwest. They come in. They are 5-15, but their record, you can't let that fool you because they did beat Lindbergh this year by 1 run. So I'm not sure what that was about, but nevertheless, a very good team coming in. It is our only time to have a district game before seeding. How big would that be for you guys on Thursday?
It's going to be very big, and we're going to go home, relax, and we're trying to get our mind set and just get prepared.
So when you were named the MVP today, tell me what went through your mind knowing that we have scored 16 runs and you were named the MVP.
I was very, very happy. I'm very thankful. Everyone had a really good game, and I'm just really happy for everyone.
All right, what do you want to say in that camera there for folks watching you right now, my friend?
I just want to thank you to all my family watching.
That's right. Well, congratulations on the win, and we'll see you on Thursday against Northwest.
Thank you.
You betcha. Cade Huffman joining us live. He is the MVP of the ball game. And, of course, coming up next, we're going to wrap it up here as we get close now to 6:05. And the JV game is on the way next. So we'll go to break, and we'll come back here in just a few moments. You're watching and listening to Mules Baseball on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network. All right, so we are back here. Nope. And we are back here as we get ready here to close out the ball game, and Poplar Bluff here as they get the win this afternoon. Final score 16-1. Poplar Bluff now picking up their 17th win of the season. And a big shout out once again to Coach John David Patillo and our MVP of the ball game. We're talking about, of course, Cade Huffman, and our flamethrower of the ball game. That distinction belongs here today to Rylan Seasongood. And I think Coach Patillo kind of let the cat out of the bag a little bit on us, which is good news for me because now I know who to stat for. Looks like on Thursday we will get Dylan Bratcher on the mound for the Mules, and I know that Coach has wanted to put him in for quite a while now. So Thursday looks to be the day where he can go unlimited. So we'll see a big game coming up on Thursday, and of course we will be here to give you all the information, all the details coming up on that ball game. So that being said, as the Mules' final score today, they go on to win by a score of 16-1. Poplar Bluff now will have an opportunity to have a huge game coming up. And, of course, we're talking about Northwest. That'll be coming up on Thursday afternoon, and of course we'll be there for that ball game. And of course it's going to be at 4:05 is our pregame, and that means our first pitch is coming up beginning at 4:30. You do not want to miss out on that one. Plus it is senior day as well. 1 hour and 19 minutes here today, and Seasongood picks up his second win of the season. He now moves it to 2-5 on the season, as Seasongood picks up the win here today for the Poplar Bluff Mules. Looking overall at the box score here today, let's go through this here real quickly. Mules got 8 runs in the first inning, 6 runs in the second inning, 2 more runs in the third inning, 16 runs on 14 hits. Spain led us off. He had 2 RBIs and 1 base hit. Also, he walked and got hit by a pitch as well. Kobe Greenwald had a couple of big hits and 2 RBIs. Cade Huffman ended up with 4 RBIs overall on 3 big hits, almost a solo homer as well. And then Dobbs had a couple of big hits, including a triple, 2 RBIs. Rylan Seasongood, 2 hits on the afternoon, an RBI. Marcus Tabanera had 1 hit, 2 RBIs. Dylan Bratcher, a couple of hits and an RBI. And then Miles Johnson and Tanchavez with a base hit earlier today. Seasongood goes 3 innings overall, giving up 1 hit, 1 run. It was an earned run. He walked 2 and struck out 4. He threw 52 pitches on the afternoon as the Mules go on to win. Final score of 16-1, and that means our next ball game is going to come up on Thursday afternoon. Pregame will begin at 4:05, and our first pitch is coming up at 4:30. Once again, our sponsors here this afternoon, we'll read through them and then we will jump out of here. We want to say thank you again to our friends at First Midwest Bank, Kevin's Auto Repair, PB Realty Legacy Farm and Land Specialist, Whitworth Gift Chest Jewelers, also being brought to you by Russians Towing, Baldwin Toyota, also First Choice Insurance, Poplar Bluff Regional Medical Center, Patriot Auto Glass, Christian Automotive and Tire, Eye Care Specialist, Larry Hillis Dodge, Air Solutions, Edmondson Warren and Holt Legal Services, Maverick Glass, and Senator Jason Bean. For Tim Hicks, I'm Frankie Castile. Mules get it done. 16-1 is the final score. We will see you back here on Thursday beginning at 4:05 for the pregame and the first pitch at 4:30. You've been watching and listening to Mules Baseball on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio.